morning, guys. We are here at the first autocross that I am doing with the Mini. So I have not driven the car in anger at all yet, so this should be a little bit interesting. The course looks very, very fast. I'm trying to drive it like a momentum car. I know I don't have a whole lot of power, but it's a new thing for me to not just point and shoot, which is kind of what you have to do with the 540 when you're on an autocross course. So it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to have to try to carry a lot more speed, take turns a little bit wider, try to preserve as much speed as I possibly can to get a fast run. But at the same time, it's really hard for me to anticipate what gear I'm going to be in. I'm assuming I'm going to do almost the entire course in second gear. Other than just the start, I don't think I'll ever be in first. And I don't think I'm ever going to make it to third, but I kind of suspect that I might. It's hard to tell. We'll see. I'm going to take the first run easy. I'm not sure how many runs I'm going to get. I would guess at least 5. Doesn't look too crowded though. A lot less crowded than the Charleston one, so might get 6 or 7. We'll see. But I'm definitely going to take the first run nice and easy. Kind of feel out the car, see what it likes. So I'm going to finish up my last course walk here. I've already done 2. This is my 3rd one, so I'm just trying to get a hang of it. Again, like I said, I'm going to take the first run pretty easy. So we'll get a look at the course then, and then we'll just hammer those last 4 or 5 runs and see if we can get ahead. I think I'm the only person entered in my class, which kind of sucks. It's always more fun when you have someone to compete against. Winning is a lot less fun when you're not competing against anyone. So maybe I can look at like a class ahead of me and see if there's someone that I can at least compare my times to. We'll just see how that goes. Worst case scenario, if there's nobody here, it's my first time out in the car, so it's probably best that I don't have someone to compete against. There's a pretty good variety of cars here. I mean, I've got a Viper, I've got a BRZ, a bunch of BMWs, including a couple M3s, several Porsches, actually. I think there's like 4 or 5 Porsches here. You can see me tucked over there behind that CTSV. There's a pretty gnarly Camaro over here. I don't know how he's going to pass sound. And then that one that just started while I was talking, that was also a Camaro. Of course, we've got a Corvette, a couple of Evos, actually 3 Evos. So we've got a good variety of cars here. Again, I don't think there's anyone in my class, which kind of sucks, but you know, it just happens. And again, it's my first event, so I'm not really that concerned about how well I do with the car. I just want to learn how it does, so we can maybe make some improvements. Well, the car is all ready to go. We've got that rear sway bar, better brakes, a short shifter, and a 4-point harness and exhaust. And really, I think that's the only thing that's going to affect how quickly we go today. Our biggest limiting factor today is going to be A, I have never driven this car in anger before, and B, these tires kind of suck. They're like 400 tread wear tires, where in my class I can run 200 tread wear tires, so it makes a huge difference. But we're just here to have fun. I'll replace those tires eventually. We've got the GoPro set up, harness is in, everything is ready to go. Got our classing stickers on. I've got the tire pressures up, both front and rear, to try and help the car rotate and keep the tire sidewall from rolling over. So I think I have them set at 42 in the front and 40 in the rear. The rear is ever so slightly, just a teensy bit towed out, so I think that's going to help us rotate, and just the fact that the rear tires are not quite as good as the fronts. I think the rears are 420 tread wear, so that should help a little bit. But like I said, I'm just here to have fun. We'll see how the car does and go from there. Well, you guys, we just finished our first autocross in the Mini, and I have to say it did amazing. I got 6 runs, and I improved on every single run. So I went from a 49.6 to a 44.2. So I was really happy with that, getting better, learning the course, learning how to drive the car. Obviously, it's very different to drive a front-wheel drive car than a rear-wheel drive car. I also have half the power of the 350Z, so it's just a very, very different driving experience. I'm also driving a manual for the first time in anger, so it's a little bit of figuring out what gear I want to be in, minimizing the number of gear changes I did. I finally settled on staying in first gear for the first half of the course, shifting into second, and staying in second the whole second half of the course. It worked really well. I don't think I really gave up any time doing that. It's just I wasn't as smooth as I wanted to be. So I definitely could have done a better time on that course. I think I could have done somewhere in the 43s if I was able to do the same one again. But I was really happy with it. It was only the second time I've ever autocrossed anything. I like track driving a lot better because I can learn it and really hone it. I don't have that time component of you get 6 runs and that's it. So I don't love that as much. I also don't really like the fact that I've been here since 7:30 this morning. It is 3:30 in the afternoon. I am sweating to death. I've been here all day and I only got about 4 minutes of seat time. So I don't think I'm going to do too many more autocrosses, maybe 1 or 2 for the rest of school, but really I can't give up a whole day for that little bit of time. I'll just save up and do a full Saturday at the track instead. I think that's a lot better for me to A, learn on the car because I can kind of work my way up each lap, and B, I'm going to get a lot more seat time for my money and seat time for the amount of time I miss studying. So don't expect too many more autocrosses. We will definitely be doing some drives on some country roads because there are a ton of country roads up where I'm at school. So I get a lot of opportunity to do that. But everything worked perfect. The brakes were really good. I think that rear sway bar really helped rotate the car. The car never got hot or had any sort of weird issues. The short shifter worked well. I loved my harness. I didn't have to think at all about moving side to side. So everything that we've done, I think did really, really well in the car. It could really use some better tires. These 420 treadwear tires suck, but they just have so much tread. So I'll burn them out. Eventually we'll get those ST1s on here, and I think it'll make it a lot better car. But overall, I love this car. It worked really well. I've got all my stuff in the back, everything loaded up super fast and easy. You can barely even tell that there's stuff in there. It just like fills in below the seat height. So I'm gonna go home and take a shower because it's been like 95 degrees today. But thanks for watching, guys. Of course, if you have any questions about the car, drop them in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next week.